The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be a genuine generational leap, not just an incremental upgrade with a better camera and slightly faster chip. And if you're sitting on an iPhone 13, 14, or even 15, what is coming could make this one of the most important buying decisions you face in 2025. But here's the thing most people are getting completely wrong right now. They're focused on the wrong features. The starting price is expected to land around $1,299, possibly pushing toward $1,399 for the base storage tier. That is a meaningful jump. And before you decide whether that number makes sense for you, there are a few things you absolutely need to understand first. Let us start with what is actually changing and why it matters more than the spec sheet suggests. The biggest confirmed shift for the iPhone 18 Pro Max is the chip. Apple is moving to the A19 Pro, built on TSMC's second-generation 3-nanometer process. Early performance estimates suggest a 25 to 30% CPU improvement and a 35% GPU improvement over the A18 Pro inside the current iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, what does that mean in real life? For video creators shooting ProRes 4K, export times are expected to drop significantly. Early estimates suggest a task that takes 45 seconds on the 16 Pro Max could complete in under 30 seconds on the 18 Pro Max. For professionals editing on the go, that is not a small quality of life improvement. That is a workflow transformation. For gamers, sustained frame rates in graphically demanding titles are expected to hold closer to 120 frames per second without the thermal throttling that has quietly frustrated Pro Max users in longer gaming sessions. Apple is also reportedly redesigning the internal vapor chamber cooling system, a change that almost nobody is talking about right now. But that is not the biggest change. The display is getting a serious upgrade. Apple is expected to push peak brightness beyond 3,000 nits on the iPhone 18 Pro Max, up from the already impressive 2,000 nits on the current model. The always-on display refresh rate management is also being refined, which directly impacts battery consumption during daily use. And speaking of battery, here is where things get very interesting. Leaks from the supply chain suggest Apple is using a new stacked battery cell architecture on the 18 Pro Max. The projected result is a 15 to 18% improvement in battery longevity compared to the 16 Pro Max. If accurate, you are looking at a device that could genuinely handle 2 full days of moderate use without reaching for a charger. That alone changes the ownership experience in a way that benchmark numbers can never fully capture. Most buyers comparing specs are completely missing this detail. Apple is also expected to introduce a periscope telephoto lens across the entire Pro lineup this cycle, not just reserved for the largest model. But the 18 Pro Max is rumored to push optical zoom to 5x with significantly improved low-light performance at distance. Early camera samples from supply chain testing suggest meaningful improvements in night telephoto shots, an area where the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra currently holds a clear advantage over Apple's current generation. That competitive gap appears to be closing fast. Now here's the part that changes everything. And it is the feature that professional buyers and serious creators need to pay closest attention to. Apple is reportedly integrating a dedicated on-device AI processing unit into the A19 Pro architecture that goes far beyond what Apple Intelligence currently delivers on the 16 series. This is not about generating text or summarizing emails. The real-world application is in computational photography, real-time video enhancement, and predictive performance management. What that means practically is that the 18 Pro Max is expected to process photo and video data faster at the moment of capture, reducing shutter lag, improving scene recognition in challenging lighting, and enabling new video recording modes that require on-device processing power that no current iPhone can sustain. Google's Pixel 9 Pro has already demonstrated what dedicated AI silicon can do for camera quality. Apple appears ready to leapfrog that benchmark entirely. And the results from early testing were not what anyone expected. The question now becomes straightforward. Does all of this justify the price? Here is the honest financial breakdown. At an ES, estimated $1,299 to $1,399. The iPhone 18 Pro Max sits above the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, which launches at $1,299. It is priced comparably to the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, which starts at $1,099. The premium Apple commands is real, and for some buyers, it is completely unjustified. But consider long-term ownership value. Apple supports its Pro iPhones with major software updates for 6 to 7 years. The iPhone 18 Pro Max purchased in late 2025 at $1,299 gives you premium flagship performance through at least 2031 or 2032. That breaks down to roughly $185 to $215 per year of ownership, a figure that compares very favorably against the Android upgrade cycle most Galaxy users follow. For professionals and creators, the math leans even more favorably when you factor in workflow productivity gains. So after looking at everything, the performance, the price, the competition, here is who should actually buy this right now. And here is who should definitely wait. If you're on an iPhone 13 or earlier, this is your upgrade. The performance gap between your current device and the 18 Pro Max is enormous. Faster processing, dramatically better camera system, improved battery life, and at least 6 more years of software support ahead of you. This investment makes clear financial sense. If you're on iPhone 14, the case is strong but slightly less urgent. The 18 Pro Max will feel like a completely different device, but if budget is a concern, waiting for the 16 Pro Max to drop in price post-launch could be a smart middle ground move. If you're currently on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, you are in an interesting position. The chip improvement is real. The battery improvement is meaningful, but your device is still capable and well supported. If camera performance and AI features are central to your daily professional workflow, upgrading makes sense. If you're primarily a casual user, you can wait another cycle without losing anything significant. If you're on an iPhone 16 Pro Max, do not upgrade. Your device will receive the same software features. Your camera is already excellent, and the real-world performance difference will not justify spending over $1,300 this year. For gamers, the thermal improvements and sustained GPU performance make the 18 Pro Max the best iPhone gaming machine Apple has ever built. If mobile gaming is a serious part of your daily experience, this is worth the investment. For creators shooting professional video content, the combination of upgraded telephoto, AI-enhanced capture, and ProRes recording improvements make this the most compelling iPhone for content creation Apple has produced. The verdict is clear. Buy the iPhone 18 Pro Max if you are 2 or more generations behind, if professional performance matters to your daily workflow, or if long-term ownership value justifies premium pricing for you. Wait if you're on the 16 series or if budget flexibility is limited, because a better buying window on current Pro models will open the moment this device launches. Before you make your final call, there is one more piece of this story we have not covered yet. How the iPhone 18 Pro Max camera system stacks up directly against the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra in real-world shooting conditions. That full comparison is coming very soon, and the results are genuinely surprising.